So I think the writing is on the wall for the Battlefield franchise. It's unfortunate, but I mean anybody with the ability to pay even the smallest bit of attention to this franchise to this point had to have seen this coming. Um, while it hasn't officially been ended or anything like that, they did fire undisclosed amount of people across all of the 4 studios that are working on Battlefield 6. That was announced today. And I gotta say, I'm not shocked. I don't think I don't think EA cares about this franchise enough anymore. I just don't see it. And it could be the numerous amount of failures that it's compiled over the years. It could be the fact that maybe people at large just don't want this kind of game anymore, even though I would argue that the 7 million copies sold launch week would be a great argument against that. Um, you know the problem with gaming in general, and it's not that gaming's bad. Gaming's about as good, if not better, than it's ever been. You just got to know where to look, right? The problem with gaming in general is that nostalgia hits. I want to say it hits different with gaming, where you remember things being way better than what they maybe were. Maybe that's an illusion, or maybe it's just a matter of my taste not maturing with the industry. But I can't get behind this idea that DICE has thrown out in the weeks leading up to today, where they've had several people laid off across all of the studios that work on Battlefield 6. I can't get behind this philosophy that less is more. You know, the nonsense, oh, well, we don't want to make a whole bunch of maps because what if they're all bad? Like, well, that's fine. But you got like 12 games of maps in history you could just have redone and put into this game. Plus the map you're watching now, because I think I'm going to keep this video clip in there. This map and 3 other maps that are essentially, I believe, cut up parts of the Red Sec map, they're already on the game. So there's no excuse. There's none. One map. You know the problem with one map is? The problem with one map is when you play every other map, and if you play Battlefield 6, you can let me know because I've certainly run into this problem. The problem with one map is if you play one map, or if you put one map in the game, most of the people who play the goddamn game are only going to be playing games, full games on that map. If they get on any other map that they've been forced to play since, when did this game come out? October? They're just going to leave until they get queued up for that map, or they're going to go directly to the browser and ask only for that map. I get more bot-filled matches on the base game and early launch maps and the season 1 maps. I get more bot games on those maps now than I've ever gotten. Now, a lot of that is because of the player count, and a lot of that is simply the fact that people don't want to play that shit anymore. How DICE doesn't get that is like, your LTMs don't matter, dude. Nobody gives a shit about your limited time events. They want new maps. I've never seen such a blatant. It's not even disrespect, right? It's partially disrespect, but it's literally like, God, there's a term for it. It escapes me at the moment, but it's like you're blatantly ignoring the truth when it's right in front of you. People are telling you, we want more maps. People are telling you, we want more guns. People are telling you, we want more gadgets. Oh, well, you know, if we release more than one map at a time, nobody wants to hear that shit. You got 4 maps essentially hidden in plain sight on the game already. You have decades worth of maps that you could literally just port to this. Like, no one's asking you to even make new maps. I'll take your 2 new shitty maps if you throw 2 old maps on this game and don't rework them. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I got a feeling about this Goemon Railway shit, right? They talking about they retrofitting it for fucking Battlefield 6. I'm like, bro, y'all gonna make that shit trash. If anybody remember Goemon Railway from Battlefield 4, there were a shit ton of vehicles variety-wise on that map that I guarantee you will not be on their version of Goemon Railway. There was a whole, what do you call that, artillery launcher. God, where was it? Was that the northeast of the map? I can't remember how it was shaped. I have to look it up. But there was a whole artillery launcher on that map, right? Whole artillery launcher. You know that's not going to be on the game. That's not going to be on the game. It's not going to be on this game's version of Goemon Railway unless by the time that season comes, they introduce that vehicle. Like, they just don't get it. They either refuse to get it or they don't get it. And it's like, how much do you need to be walked through this shit? Seriously. Like, people are telling you this isn't what they want, and you just choose to ignore it anyway, and now a whole bunch of people are fucking fired. I shouldn't say a whole bunch. We really don't know, but let's just be serious. It's probably a decent amount of people that got fired. If they're firing across 5 studios, yeah. COD's having a shitty year, right? Like, and I hate whataboutisms, but this is your direct competitor. This is your comparison, so I got to bring them up. COD's having a shitty year. I haven't heard anything, knock on wood, because I don't, and not because I care about COD more, but because I don't like the idea of anybody losing their job, so I'm going to knock on wood. But I haven't heard shit about Treyarch firing people. Because regardless of how shitty that game might be, people are still playing Call of Duty. Because content isn't a problem. You may not like what's in the 6v6 mode, but you might like what's in the Battle Royale mode. You may not like what's in the Battle Royale mode, but the campaign, terrible as people say it may be, and my personal experience, it is not that good. It's 4-player co-op, and it has an in-game. So somebody, maybe, probably is playing it. Who the hell's playing Battlefield 6's campaign past the initial run? Who's really doing that? Who wants to play the original maps? Who hasn't had their run of those at this point? Like, they just don't get it, dude. And it seems like it's going to be to their own demise. Like, how do you ignore tons of people, myself included, but I'm on the lower end of the totem pole, right? But it's tons of big creators that's been saying this shit. Westy, Drac Frags, like, you name it. It's tons of big creators like, the content ain't enough. And they just choose to ignore it willingly. Just willingly stupid. So, I'm done with it, man, but, this news sucks. And I don't think it bodes well for the series. But, of course, we shall see. Catch you in the next video.